Welcome back to the Fish Files. I've got a little treat for you. Our theme is generally to help people get into the hobby and maintain their fish tanks and what fish to select for their community fish. But I got a Columbia shipment in just last night, and I have to show one of the fish that came in because this time of the year, the Red Tail Barracuda, Misidentification falcatus, is very, very large, close to full size. The predator fish, Ultim angels, some of the fish are restricted from being shipped full grown because they want to keep that breeding stock going in the Amazon rivers in the Columbia. They do a very good job of maintaining the ecosystem there, except for, if you saw in the previous episode, they're selling off their jungles for cattle grazing in areas where the Indians can't make their money fishing. But fortunately, we're keeping those Indians in business. This is like wholesale 7 inches. In wholesale, we always add an inch. But this guy grows to another 3 inches to 4 inches. They max out about 11 inches in size. Females are a little bigger than the males, but in the trade, this is not referred to as a Misidentification falcatus. It's called the Red Tail Barracuda. There's a couple of variations. There's also a yellowtail, but in general, people prefer the red tail because it's a little more color to it. They both look very similar, and I wouldn't pass on a yellowtail because you're waiting for a red tail. Neither one comes up very often, and usually when we bring them in, they're about this big, which is like wholesale 3.5 inches, but really like 2.5 inches. They're very skinny and they're hard to keep alive. When they're this size, as long as you transition in the water well, it's easy to keep them alive because they'll eat feeder goldfish, small feeder goldfish, feeder guppies, ghost shrimp, any live feeder. Don't expect to transition these guys to flake food or pellets. They're from the wild. They're I love this word, pisciferous predator, pisciferous meaning in the rivers. And so they're used to going after live moving prey. So it's nearly impossible to transition them to pellets. You might be able to do that with the small version, but not when you get them this size. Expect to have them for a few years, so they are going to be pet fish. You can put them in with other larger species. In fact, I got about a half dozen of these guys on the shipment, and if you put them in the same tank together, they fight. So I had to spread them out, and I didn't want to use up 6 tanks where I could put other fish in. So I put them in with some of my bigger Plecostomuses, armored catfish, because they go in well with these. And I have one with some larger South American cichlids. They're all getting together fine. And I made one error. Don't ever put anything in with a red hump flower horn, no matter how big and tough you think they are. I won't go into the details of that unfortunate decision. If you're going to bring one of these to your home aquarium, you have to have at least 40 gallons, and you can put plenty other fish in there, but they have to be fairly rugged. You can't have anything that's 2 inches or under, because they'll look like prey to these guys. That's one of the things that makes this fish so unique. Is the teeth on this guy is tremendous. Oh, do we have time for the other fish that came in? It was really cool. I forgot about him. African tigerfish. Those guys are even more vicious than this guy. They live alone. These guys generally swim in schools, so they're somewhat social. That's why you can put them with other fish. They're used to being with other fish. It's just if you put the same species in a confined tank, that's when they attack each other. Open water, no problem. And if you're interested in that tigerfish, I'll put it in the cards. That's all I have to say about this. Oh, except for the history, the favorite part. Okay, the Dr. Bloch, B-L-O-C-H, very, very important person to our hobby. In the 1700s, he's a German physician, and then when he was 60, he decided to just be a full-time ichthyologist. You should all know what ichthyologist means, so I'm not going to even explain it. He spent his entire life categorizing different species. He actually discovered and named 287 species. This was one of them. Falcatus, he used that name because it has the dorsal fin goes a little like this, so falcatus means sickle. He's German, I guess that's what German means, so now you know one word in German. And he created 12 volumes. That's how much he spent. 12 volumes. And volumes back in those days, you remember, they're like thick with leather bound covers, and that was an amazing thing. So today, even today, ichthyologists and zoologists use many of his techniques to classify fish. He was the first one, for instance, to use gill structures and ventral fins to classify what families of fish go into what families. And so Dr. Bloch, B-L-O-C-H. I'm not German, I'm Norwegian, so I don't know how to pronounce it, but someone in the audience might. You can put in the comment section. Bloch. It's probably only two different ways. I need Heiko Blair here, except he's in heaven. Heiko. So that's all I have to say about the Red Tail Barracuda, except that he also has nothing to do with the barracuda in the ocean. Just that he looks like one. And I hope you really enjoy all the peaceful fish you have, but if you want a predator, he's one to consider.